Something doesn't make sense, Stephen, about this wastewater treatment plant in North Vancouver. Let me ask you a few questions. When was this supposed to be completed?
In 2020.
And when will it be completed?
2030.
A decade later. What was it supposed to cost?
It was supposed to cost just over $700 million.
And what is it actually going to cost?
Well, the latest estimate is $3.86 billion.
Holy smokes, and who's going to pay for that?
Well, I am. So are all my residents here in North Vancouver, Capilano, everybody who's a ratepayer on the North Shore.
And what will it cost them?
On average, we're going to be asked to pay another $800 per household per year for the next 30 years.
Which works out to how much over that entire period?
Roughly $25,000 per household.
$25,000 per household dropped on families in North Vancouver, Capilano.
That's right.
And who's being held accountable?
Nobody right now, because they haven't conducted their audit. They've been held up in litigation for a number of years and used that as an excuse not to ask the hard questions.
And what does this have to do with the federal government?
I'm glad that you asked that. Well, the federal government actually invested just over $200 million in the capital cost, 1/3 of the cost of this planned plant back in 2016.
So federal taxpayers are now implicated in the cost of this?
Every single taxpayer across Canada.
And so shouldn't there be federal accountability for the cost overruns and the missed deadlines?
That's a great question. And that's exactly the source of what I'm trying to solve as an MP in your caucus. I want to bring in a Federal Accountability Act for infrastructure.
And what would it do?
Well, any major project that receives significant federal funding is going to be subject to this Accountability Act, which includes regular reporting, investigations on how things are going, and explanations when things go wrong.
In other words, this law, were it in place, would have caught this cost overrun early on and made sure that we could get it on track before adding an extra $25,000 in costs for the North Vancouver Capilano families.
It would have asked a lot of the hard questions that would have protected some of those families from those additional costs, absolutely.
But surely you don't want the federal government running every municipal project and program, do you?
Absolutely not. Ottawa doesn't want to run local projects. What we want to do is when federal funds are involved in a significant way, we want to have accountability.
Okay, so federal accountability for federal dollars through reporting of how the project is going, whether it's on budget, whether it's on time, and finding the problems early so that they can be fixed and dollars can be saved.
That's absolutely right.
All right.
This is the kind of accountability that people have been asking me about on the doorsteps of North Vancouver Capilano. They want answers, and I want to provide the solutions.
And they want value for money. So in the forthcoming by-election in North Van Capilano, vote for accountability, vote for on-time and on-budget projects, vote to save money for your family, vote for Stephen Curran and the Conservative Party.